Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. It's Uncle Bruce. Welcome back to the afternoon session. We've got the last hour of trading today and then the first hour of the aftermarket. Hey everybody, how you doing? And I've got my mute button off so I don't have to hear myself twice. Welcome back everybody. The Dow is up 5.4 points going into the last hour of the day. So we got nothing going on. It was down 100 and something in the morning. Got to be in that 20 down, 50 down neighborhood. And then about an hour and a bit ago, it began to break out. And it took a shot and got up a little above where we are now. And we're up now 9 points. It is positive ground for the Dow. It was negative all day. But it's not, incredible, but it's better. Thank you. Also, S&P down only 1/3 of a point. Actually, just right while I'm talking to you, up 1/4 of a point on the S&P 500. So it's turned positive. The Dow's now up 14. And NASDAQ is now down 42 points and climbing a little bit along with these guys. Everyone is waiting now for Alphabet, which is Google, Microsoft. I think they come out with announcements today, earnings today, and a bunch of others are coming in then tomorrow and Thursday. So we got Apple and we got a lot of results due, and a lot of folks are quite curious, obviously, about how that's going to go. The indications seem to me that so far, the so-called street is suggesting that it is entirely likely that these companies will easily beat their analytical projections. Whatever analysts' projections were for these companies, the thinking is that they're going to easily handily beat these numbers. The question that we all have, of course, is will the investment community as a whole view this as a positive thing and the shares go higher and the markets go higher? Or will the shares slump a little bit because they're priced to perfection, or the old classic story we have, the old classic saying in the market is you sell on the news? And is that about what we're about to experience? We'll find out. Now, Tesla, those of you who followed me last night after the close, Tesla had come up with their financials, and they did not hold the price at all for their shares. Their shares backed off, and they've been under pressure all day. As a matter of fact, Tesla right now is at 709.78. So Tesla has not had a good time of it, down $28 a share. And the low of the day of 705, the high of 724. And so all day, Tesla has not been able to really mount a comeback. There was a mini rally on the stock between 11 in the morning, 12 in the morning this morning Eastern time, when the shares looked like they got up to about 716 or so, maybe about 716 a share. That's all they could muster from a low of about 706. Now we're back to 709.57 on Tesla. So today, unless there's a late rally in Tesla, it's going to be a down day, and it'll be locked in as such. The question for all of us is, what about Google today and Microsoft? Will they have a good aftermarket for their stocks or their shares, or will they slump down as well? We don't know. On GameStop, which a lot of us follow here, the shares this morning did what? GameStop, here we are. We were right off the bat, we got to 188. There was a good little follow through. It went straight up, but then it backed off within about 20-30 minutes, right down to about 170. What was that? 175 or so, 175.69. Recovered back into the low 180 range, then backed off to the low of the day around 12:30 today, 173.17. That was the low of the day. And since then, it has come back to the 180 mark, and we are now just under 180 a share at 179.20 on GameStop. So there seems to be a bit of a resistance level here. There's not like a million shares for sale. It's just that the shares get to 180, they go through it, and then they kind of slump back into the 179 range. They go through it, 180 again, and they slump back. And that's where we are at this moment in time. Volume on the day for GameStop, 8,099,000. So just around 8.1 million for the day. There is no news today on GameStop as far as anything official goes. So it's left to its own. The investment community is debating amongst itself, I'm sure, the upside of the fact that the company now has $900+ million cash in the bank with essentially no debt as of 3 days from now. They're wondering, well, is that a good thing? Well, if it is, how good is it? And the others on the street are debating the fact that a new CEO is imminent. We feel soon there will be an announcement of a new CEO. We don't know if it's in the next day or two or the next week or so, but we don't think it'll be that very long to find out who the new CEO of the company is going to be. And then we'll hopefully be able to analyze that. Maybe we'll hear from the CEO or more announcements will be made. Perhaps other people will join the CEO and come on board. Lots to talk about, lots to wonder about. We'll see what's going on. Anyway, that's the other thing. And then, of course, in 3 days, the end of the month is the end of the first quarter, and that is the first quarter for the year of GameStop. And of course, in about a month from now, we should be in receipt of. The company will release something in the next 6 weeks, roughly, their first quarter financials. And we already know that the first month, February, was 5% better than last year when everything was wide open, even though they have 12% fewer stores. We know March was up 19% from March last year, but that meant, remember, last year a lot of stores started closing. And now April, we're waiting for the April numbers, and we know the April numbers will be higher than last April. This is not the question. This is not the big mystery. The big mystery is, will the first quarter of this year be better than the first quarter of 2019? Because 2020, last year, not a fair comparison now that we're kind of open everywhere. So has this company been able to improve over the first quarter of 2019 and from several measuring points, and one of which is the e-commerce side of it? Obviously, there's much more e-commerce business being done now than back then. What kind of margins is the company enjoying? What kind of profit margins are we talking about? Expenses how much lower are they? Is it measurable? Is it significant? All this information. So we have a lot to dissect when we get these next financials. This will be sort of the second quarter where we can really see it's the first quarter where the Cohen effect is beginning, but the second quarter of recovered numbers, because the fourth quarter of last year, the company stores were opening up everywhere quickly, and the first quarter of this year, they're definitely wide open. And now we can really compare the first 6 months, or the last 6 months, let's say, the fourth quarter and the first quarter against the fourth quarter and the first quarter from before, to kind of get a handle on just where are we going momentum-wise. And this might allow the company, we're not sure, but it's possible that GameStop may announce to the world their anticipated numbers for the balance of the year. They might come out and go, based on results so far, we kind of feel that our numbers will be so and so. But again, I don't know. I'm waiting to hear from. I'm hoping in the annual meeting they will reveal to us their, let's say, master plan with regards to how many stores they're going to let go and how many stores they feel that they'll be operating in by the end of this calendar or fiscal year of theirs, which is Jan 31, 2022. And then maybe the thought beyond that, where they're headed. So a lot of news on GameStop to come. A lot of things happening here behind the scenes, and of course the search for the CEO and all of that. We don't know where that's at. We're waiting for that. And in the meantime, the stock right now $179.80, just under $180 a share, up 10.87 on the day. We were at 150 yesterday morning, and here we are now in the 180 neighborhood today. That is where we're at, and we're waiting to just see where it takes us. Now, while I've been telling you all the virtues of the greatness of GameStop will be one day, the market unfortunately has decided to go negative again. The Dow at the moment is down 1.76, S&P down 2 points, NASDAQ down 52 points. Oil up $1.13 today to 63.03. Other stocks we're following. Microvision not having a good day. Unfortunately for Microvision, it is really getting its clock handed to it. It's down 678 to 1960 a share. It was down to 1919 at the low just a few minutes ago. So it is still coming in with selling 145 million shares of volume. It's all, unfortunately, much more negative than positive. Is there a bottom and a recovery? I don't think there's one today. Is there going to be one tomorrow? No one knows. So the stock has definitely lost a lot of steam. It was $30 in the morning pre-market. And the thinking was, or the hope was, that as this day came on, there would be greatness from that. It would continue, but it did not, and it was negative right off the bat. Over at Fifth Wall Acquisition, these guys are really putting us to the test right now. And it's interesting to see how this trades. This is a giant letter U. Look at this thing, a giant letter U. It opened this morning a little higher, up to 1067 a share, being a SPAC, and it went down to 1041 today, and it's now back to 1062. It's virtually unchanged on the day. Fifth Wall, that company is merging with SmartRent, so we'll watch how that all works out. Over in the meantime, we have Coinbase at 301.80. It was as low as 299.50 today, but only as high as 306. It's had a $6 swing, very little movement. Volume of 3.4 million on Coinbase. GameStop right now, 179.98. I'm trying to hit 180. There it is, 180 right now. AMC, unfortunately, has gone negative. AMC, as you can see by this chart right here, had a nice start today. Got the high in of 1222, nice high, and then nothing but down. And in the last half an hour, 40 minutes, it has been straight down. To be down now 24 cents a share to 11.26, almost $1 lower than the high of the day, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, the low of the day is exactly $1 a share below the high of the day, from 12.22 to 11.22, now at 11.26. Volume of 44.5 million shares on AMC. Vector Acquisition SPAC down 2 cents to 1068. NAV Site Holdings down 1 penny to 994. IPOE Social Capital is up 67 cents again today to 1735, and this is just about high territory for the day. It's coming up right here nicely at the high of the day here. Very good to see. We have Gore's Holdings at 1374. It's been in between 1360 and 1395 all day long. It's a gain of 25 cents right now and a volume of 482,000. No complaints about that. Virgin Acquisition Group at $10 on the nose, virtually unchanged all day. Starboard Value, $9.97 unchanged. Fortress Value at $9.97, down 2 cents. Vanek Vectors, the ETF for computer chips, down $1.59 to $2.51. Home Depot up $1.36, been there pretty well all day long. IBM is up 49 cents, hasn't really changed all day. The Dow now, right now, while I'm yapping away, up 20 points. We are just, it's directionless. There is no theme here. It is just kind of jumping around, holding these big fat gains over the year, near the all-time highs. That's what the Dow is doing. The all-time high for the Dow is 34,256. It's at 34,002. So it's 250 points away from a 34,000 all-time high. It's right up there. No complaints. All right, let the Dow hold around there if it wants to. Microsoft up 30 cents to 261.85. Apple down 9 cents at 134.63. Tesla is down $30 a share to 707.50. Unfortunately, it is not having a rebound day. Bed Bath & Beyond holding a gain of 64 cents at 26.48. Did hit 27.24 today on 2.5 million volume. So yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond is still just 350 under 30. It seems to be a block. It gets there and it kind of goes through it, but it doesn't last, and then it backs off. What can I say? Bed Bath & Beyond, 26.49. Over at BlackBerry, up 19 cents to 9.28. In the last week or so, the stock has definitely had a recovery from the low $8.20 level. Right now, you can see this solid move all the way up in the last week. Now at 9.28. That is where the stock is right now. Over at Royal Caribbean, the cruise line up 82 cents. Norwegian up 24. Carnival up 23. They were negative on the opening, and then they broke even, and then they've been up all day just a little bit. We'll take that gain. Thank you very much. Other stocks to watch. Amazon up $7.73 to $34.16. Rumors of a stock split coming on Amazon, but no official word. Freddie Flores, thank you. Flores, Bruce, can you post your stock picks again? Thank you, sir. Will do. Let's double check any more new movements here. Google down $19 a share to $23.03. They came out their earnings after the bell today. All right, let's see. My stock picks, they are right here. Starting with Gores Holdings, GHVI, and Virgin Group, the VGAC. That's the Richard Branson SPAC. Then we have GameStop, IBM, Microsoft, Intel. We have HD, Cisco, Apple, Facebook, Micron, Vanik Semiconductor, SVAC, another SPAC, and a whole bunch of SPACs here. FAII, which is Fortress. VACQ, NASH, IPOE, and FWAA. FWAA. That's what we got. That's where we're at. That's what we're watching. And that's where everything is at right now. Thank you, all of you, for being here for the last hour of the day and the first hour of the aftermarket. We have 44 minutes to go. And the Dow now up 34.5. Maybe it'll have an update. We'll see. S&P up 1.8. NASDAQ down 43 points at the moment. GameStop 178.43 as it continues to meander along. It's up 950, but it is not up 1950 or 2950. It's up 950. That's what it's doing so far. Can it hold these gains? Will they pad the gains? It just seems that at 180, it just doesn't want to go any further. It kind of gets there and just sort of says, I'm happy here. What am I going to do? That's what it is. I don't know. A 180 like butter would be nice to go through that and keep right on going. That would be terrific. Alrighty. Thank you, all of you, for the thumbs ups and hanging around and catching up with me. If you have any questions about what the market's doing, let me know. I'll try to answer them for you. 31 on the gain on the Dow right now. American Airlines is down a quarter to 21.80, so the travel sector is not leading the way today. And Intel still down at 57.88, down 88 cents. And that stock has winner like fans and non-fans. It's got both. You either like Intel or you don't. And at 13 times earnings, I don't mind Intel I don't view it as a risky investment. The question is, how long will it take to get upside? And what could it be? Could the stock be a double if it were to trade at 27 times earnings again? They'd have to turn their earnings machine around and get it going. That could be a 3, 6, 9, 12-month project. That's why this might be a long-term hold. Any of you who are thinking of getting this stock, just so you know. Alrighty. Yeah, AMC, unfortunately, down to 11.30 a share. It got down to 11.22 today. Now at 11.30 underneath the water here. It had a really good start today, but it just could not hold that gain over $12 a share at 12.22. And AMC has now given up all the gains from earlier this morning to be down 19 cents. But it's hanging in there at 11.31. And we'll see if it can ride it out. At Microvision, $19.66 a share. The $20 level was not a support level. Didn't appear to be. The stock just has had a lousy last couple of hours. It's been flatlining down in this neighborhood here and not having a good time with it. So we'll see where it wants to go from here. The Dow might be up 40 points here, 39.82 on the gain for the Dow Jones. So the bigger market looking to be a little stronger. Sure beats the 100 and something point loss we had at the opening this morning. Anyway, there you go. Let's see what's going on. Thank you, everybody, for being here. People are talking to each other like crazy in here, which is great. Appreciate you hanging out with each other. Nice to have you all here as members today. And all of you popping by to say hi today. Let's take a look here at a couple of things. We have 296 thumbs ups. Thank you for those. Appreciate the thumbs ups today. Keep them coming if you can. And we're now at 300. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. 178.56 on the GameStop right now. Alrighty. The headline here: Dow drifts despite good earnings as investors await tech heavyweight results. Yeah, that is what's going on. Let me take a look here at some other news. Let me get over here to over there, and let's take a look at what we're seeing over here. The CDC is easing outdoor mask guidelines for vaccinated people, but they're still encouraging people, if you're going to concerts or very crowded areas, please wear a mask, because you may be surrounded by a number of unvaccinated. And those of you who have the vaccine, you could be 80% effective, 85%, but you might still have a 15% chance, depending on who you get near, to perhaps catch a variant that you're not protected for. So that's why the CDC is recommending masks in crowded scenarios for now. We'll see how that kind of works out. Just found out today that 2 hours south of me is, of course, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We've always known that. Jennifer and I go to the Coeur d'Alene Costco when we're allowed into the USA. 2 hours, 20 minutes from our house is a Costco. Did you know that the hottest U.S. housing market in the United States is Coeur d'Alene, Idaho? It is the hottest real estate area in all of America, right just south of us. It shows you how close people want to get to Uncle Bruce. They know that there's a chance that if they make a trip into Canada, across the border, they might catch up with you, your buddy, me, and there you go. Now, can you hear that buzzing? Can you hear the buzzing? That's a chainsaw. That's a chainsaw. That's our neighbor between us here. They've hired a tree remover, and this gentleman has been working on 5 cedars now for 3 days. He's a one-man crew, and he's just been cutting and cutting and cutting. And you're going to hear this chainsaw for the rest of this show, off and on. And I welcome you to the Chainsaw Special. Hang out with Uncle Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce. I hope you enjoy it. But yes, the folks in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, the hottest emerging housing market. Unbelievable, incredible, and well, what can I say? Our neighbors to the south, there's a whole bunch of Americans want to move to Coeur d'Alene. Of course, we're only 2 hours, 20 minutes away from beautiful Creston. Once you get there, so always pop up here and have a Tim Hortons coffee with myself and say hi. You'll never get to meet Jen, though. You're only going to see Jen on a cruise ship. You're never going to just come up here for a coffee and meet Jen. It doesn't work like that. Jen's so expensive when it comes to royalties that even seeing her in person is incredibly expensive. I don't know if any of you have enough money to handle that kind of thing. Oh my gosh, where are we at now? 33.94 gain on the Dow, up 1.5 points on S&P, down 45 on Nasdaq. Not a lot going on, folks. It's just not incredibly exciting right now, unfortunately. Let me take a look at something else that I wanted to double check for us. Let's go here and take a look there. Pop that up there and take a look-see. Looking at the Dow 30 Industrials, who's doing what? And American Express is up 28 cents today. Amgen is up 84. This is a 1/5 to 1/3 of a percentage point gain. Apple down 11 cents. Nothing happening on Apple with earnings coming out, I think, tomorrow. Boeing up $1.04, half a percentage point. Caterpillar down 48 cents, and Cisco down 20 cents. Chevron up $1.34, up 1.3%. Goldman Sachs up $2.37, up 0.69%. Home Depot up $1.53, as we mentioned earlier. Honeywell is up $1.76, up 0.79 of a percentage point. IBM up 43 cents. Intel down 93 cents. Johnson & Johnson down 64. Coca-Cola down 12 cents. JP Morgan up 84 cents. McDonald's up $2.81, or 1.2% today. 3M Company is down $4.69 a share at 2.3% drop. That is a drag on the Dow. Then there's Merck and Company down 1 penny a share today. Microsoft up 48 cents. Nike up 61. Procter & Gamble up 19. Travelers Companies down 55 cents. United Health Group down is up 15. Salesforce.com, one of the newest entries into the Dow, down $1.29, half a percentage point. Verizon down 63 cents. Visa down 93 cents. Walgreens down 16 cents. Walmart up 81. Walt Disney up 79. And Dow is up 43 cents. And so we don't have a lot going on the Dow on any serious amounts, other than just the one stock that is under pressure today. 3M company down $4.50 a share. Goldman Sachs up $2. So that is what we have going on the markets right now at this point in time. All right. What else can I tell you about out here in the wild, wild markets? Man, oh man. I don't know. Just noticing here that Tesla keeps a $30 GameStop target, says we still don't know what the plan is. Well, that's because maybe Tesla isn't digging into what the plan is. Maybe Tesla doesn't want to dig into what the plan is, and Tesla is being lazy and offering us a $30 market price, target market price of a company that now has in excess of $12 a share in cash in its bank. You got analysts who just don't want to get off their fat butts and do some work and do some digging. I can do it. Others can do it. Why can't an analyst do it? You want me to bring everything to you? It's unbelievable. Anyway, there you have it. $500 million in stock sales, and you get a $30 target price where the company has no debt and $900 million cash in the bank. It's rather unfortunate that you get these analysts that are so-called experts who just are too lazy to get off their fat butts and do some work. It's called shoe leather, guys. I don't know. You forgot how it was like when you're in college? Did you forget? You get so fat you don't know? I don't know. Do I sound bitter? Maybe I do. Maybe I sound old manish. Jennifer says that sometimes. You sound like an old man. Let's make it exciting. If we all buy GameStop, we make it exciting for Uncle Bruce. That's true. I mean, if each of you try to buy 100 shares between now and the close, you'll run this market. Yes, there are 1,600 of you here. That would be 160,000 shares of buying going into that stock. That would make a difference. But you don't have to do that for me. Thank you, everybody. Oh man. What is going on here? Uncle Bruce, what would be a reasonable expectation now? Theorizing only, of course. 1, proxy voting. 2, formal election of Ray Cohen as chairman of the board. 3, special dividend. What would be a reasonable expectation? I don't quite know what this question really means. Ryan Cohen will be the chairman of the board. Excuse me. He will be the chairman of the board. No question about that. The proxy voting, I don't know what you mean by that. There's enough votes. There are enough votes in the bag to approve everything the board of directors wants you to approve. So I don't know what that means. Special dividend. That is a mystery. Would there be a special dividend announced? I don't know if you'd see anything like that at a special meeting. You could. It would create a storm of news if at the annual meeting the board of directors was to announce this. But generally, at the annual meeting, you're doing an annual meeting for last year's performance. That's what you're talking about, and then you might talk about this year's plans. Now, theoretically, I guess you could conduct your business for the annual meeting, and then you could make an announcement. But I don't know if that's kosher, because the vote at the annual meeting is to elect the new board of directors. So I don't think the new board of directors would have an announcement right away of a special dividend. I would contend, and I would surmise, that in the first 30 days of the annual meeting, then the board can have a meeting, and then the new board could make an announcement. And it could be one of several. One of them could be a special cash dividend. Yep. One of them could be a stock split. Could be. Another one could be we've entered into an agreement to merge our company with another company. It could be that they're announcing a takeover of another company. It could be the announcement of we've agreed to buy company blah, 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 private company, and we've also arranged a private placement of stock, a secondary offering, as a bought deal for $1.5 billion at $200 a share, whatever price they wanted. And this will fund the acquisition of this private company along with some stock, because the company might be a $5 billion private concern. GameStop is a $10, $15 billion concern. big acquisition. That could be happening. Endless possibilities. I mean, just endless. But I don't expect any announcements from the board of directors between now and after the annual meeting. The only expected announcements I have, the only thing I'm expecting is a new CEO announcement and the first quarter financials. That's what I'm looking for. I really don't think the board of directors, because they haven't met yet, the six new, they have to be voted in. They have to be elected and approved by shareholders. Until that's done, nothing. I just don't see anything happening. But we'll see what's going on. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let's see here. What else is going on here? I've been buying GameStop here and there all day, hoping everyone will chip away until it tips. Let's see. Oh, man. Let's see. Where's that? Pardon me a minute here. I'm just trying to catch up on these comments. Where was that? There we go. Okay. Gaming world. Bruce, Canadian company, BC based, becoming huge in gaming world. Hope you take a look at it one day. It's in your backyard. I don't know what company you're talking about. I don't see a name anywhere, so I don't know which one you're referring to. I just figured out why. I just figured out that my Uncle Bruce stream was behind live, and I don't know how behind I was. Fun stuff. Let's see. Bruce, you are so sassy. I love it. Thank you very much. Rabbit, and let me guess what that's up from their $10 pessimistic previous target and act like their $20 increase came from nowhere. Yeah, exactly. Yes, a wonderful pronouncement by an analyst to say nothing because they're not doing anything. Yeah, unbelievable. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's see. Get off my lawn. Bitter Bruce is a relatable Bruce. There you go. Bruce, Starbucks with Bruce, PE with PE multiple ratio so high on companies like Tesla, wouldn't it be smart to stay away from investing in these kind of companies? I understand their value will go up, but how with an 1100 PE, you kind of think that's kind of much. Well, that's just it. If you're buying Tesla stock, you're not buying it because of the PE multiple. You're buying it because of the potential of higher earnings over the next 2 to 3 to 4 years that will dramatically, rise in earnings, which will translate into a company trading at much higher levels. But with an 1100 PE multiple, I mean, my gosh, if they double their earnings next year, they have a 550 PE multiple. The stock doesn't change the price. If they double their earnings again, then the PE multiple will go down to 275, I suppose. And if they doubled it again, it'd be 137. It's still the most expensive car company in the world. These guys need to make a ton more money. But they are spending now the kind of money they need to spend to get to that level of earnings one day, because they need to have all of these factories running concurrently to generate this kind of revenue to net out the big bucks. Ford and GM and Chrysler and all the other car companies around the world have got multiple factory assembly plants and everything else. And Tesla, just only had the plant in California. Now they, of course, are building it in Austin. The battery plant is done in Nevada. They have they have a battery plant, I think, in Buffalo. Then they are building in Berlin and in Shanghai. And the Shanghai story is they're about to double the size of that factory. There's going to be an add-on, or it's going to be a factory right next door added onto it, built by it, and that'll be double. This is billions of dollars. I don't know about the Chinese partnership or whatever that's all about, but a serious amount of money is being invested into the future of Tesla, where the company in 5 years will look completely different than it looks now in size and in scope. And so this is where investors are saying we're prepared to pay a premium for the Tesla stock. It's all right. We don't mind buying Tesla at these high levels of 706 or 750 because down the road, the company, even though it's trading 1,100 times earnings, they will make much more in earnings down the road, which will justify this price, if not even a higher price. But this is I call this the Amazon syndrome, I suppose, where Amazon for 15 years, 20 years traded at levels unthinkable to its real fundamental value, but they had the shtick. They had the magic sauce for online selling, and they kept promoting it and kept moving forward with it. And like I say, it's worked out for investors of Amazon. I mean, it has. And the company still, however, to be fair, is not trading at a cheap multiple either. I mean, Amazon is definitely trading at something like 70 or something like that. Let me take a look here. Here's Amazon right here. It's trading at 81 times earnings at $3,400 a share. So this is still not a cheap online seller. But keep this in mind, guys. Where should GameStop trade if Amazon trades at 81 times earnings and it is a $1.7 trillion company? Where should GameStop shares trade? Should they be at 50 times earnings once they become an e-commerce kind of a company? Or should they be at 150 times earnings or 200 times earnings? If Amazon can command an 81 time earning number at the size that it is, how are they going to double their profits in 1 year? How do they every year going forward double their profits? Amazon can't do that. They're so big now that they can't just double their profits. But it makes you wonder how to evaluate GameStop shares once they are deemed to be an e-commerce machine. 179.57 on the stock, by the way. It is just not giving up ground at all, and it's not yet going anywhere. Volume on GameStop, by the way, now 8.4 million. So it's I'm not sure it's going to match yesterday or be close to yesterday's volume, but it's just not having any follow through this afternoon. Okay. Let's see. Folks are complaining about stuff and talking to each other about all kinds of topics. I don't think I want to get into those topics. Let's continue on and move on here. Talk about the markets if we can. The Dow's up 49 points now. This is good. This is the high of the day for the Dow. We've got S&P up 332, and we have NASDAQ down 40. That's where we're at right now. Okay. Let's see. We get 180 like butter. Can we hit 180? Yep, 180.30 right now like butter. We just did it. We hit 180 again. Will there be a little run here with 22 minutes to go, or are we just going to sit around here, or what? Let's see what's going on. GME needs to just close the rest of their stores to get to the brick-and-mortar mindset out of an analyst. I think that once they reach that 65-70% level of sales, and all sales, 65-70% are e-commerce sales, they'll have won them over. And then they'll keep bringing out announcements that we expect to drop our stores another 20%, 30% each year going forward. We'll see what's going on. We'll find out. IPOE is at its highest it's been in a while. IPOE right now, 17.53, up 85 cents today. This is definitely a better move. This is IPOE in the last week. You can see it from here all the way up to where it is now, up to here. 17.44 last trade, up 76 cents. We're happy to see that. It has been higher, though, no question about it. At the high of the year, $28. SoFi has been heavily anticipated by a lot of players, some of which were frustrated in the last few months, and they gave up the stock, allowing you folks to scoop some cheap paper. But it is higher today, and smartly higher. We're happy about that. GameStop hanging on at 180.02 right now. Alrighty. And I think yesterday's volume was about 9 million or something like that. I think with a 1.6 million in the aftermarket, we kind of broke 10 million total volume yesterday. We'll see what happens here with this one. 179.65, again, under 180 yet again. 11.50 on AMC, even on the day. It has come back to the even level. So AMC is back to 11.50. If it can pop a penny, it'll be in the upper, it'll be up on the day, or it's just down a penny right now. So it's just hanging in there. 47 million shares. Way to go, AMC. Come on back. Join the party, pal. Dow is now up 56.8. And we got S&P up 5.2. NASDAQ now only down 30 points. So this is a good sign. The NASDAQ market is improving as well. Okay. All right. And let's go. Brent is suggesting here that someone has posted evidence suggesting that Robinhood is routing 100% of customer buy orders to dark pools instead of the markets. That's not normal, is it? What could it mean? It's possible that a high number of orders that Robinhood receives for GameStop are partial shares. In other words, anyone buying less than $180 of GameStop are buying less than one share of GameStop. And it's possible that all of those orders, and it's even possible that any order of less than 100 actual shares could also be being directed to an over-the-counter market that is being handled by Citadel through its clearing system to, in effect, gather up all the orders from Robinhood and any other platform traders, and they line up and they put together blocks of 100 shares at a time. It's all done by computer, by the way. It's all done in nanoseconds, by the way. It's there's no human touching any of this. These computers in the off market put together these blocks of stock of 100 or more shares. They go to the market, buy 100 or sell 100, again, depending on which way it's going, and come back and report to the individual clients what happened to them. And this is a way for investors to not get a lousy fill price, because in the days when I was a broker, if you were calling me up to buy GameStop and it was trading at $180 on the open market, you would have to pay $180.25 or maybe $180.50 to get a partial fill. 15 shares instead of 100, a block trade of 100 or less than 100, you have to pay a premium, and it could be as much as 50 cents a share. Today, you are getting filled within a fraction of a penny of a share of the actual trades that legitimate 100 share orders get. And so these dark pool things, I wouldn't worry about this as being anything sinister or underhanded or off the record. What it is, it's an accumulation of orders that then get executed on the market and get reported back after gets all cut up again to be reported back to the investors. So you may have 20 investors on the buy side, 15 sellers on the sell side, making up 100 shares a block trade. And they come into their platforms, they place their orders, they meet up in the dark pool, they get filled, and they get the reports back all in 2 seconds. and you wanted to buy $100 worth of GameStop, and somebody wanted to sell $100 worth of GameStop. Both orders got filled within 2 seconds of their order being made. Yet they were all pooled up with a bunch of other smaller investors to make up at least a 100 share block that could now be transacted on the exchange. That's how this works. And it's all done by automation. It's all done by computer. And there's nothing illegal and wrong about it. There really isn't. Okay. 179.34 on GameStop. The volume of the Dow's up 48. The S&P is up 3.8, and the NASDAQ is down 33 points. Okay. I need this to the moon, says Jonathan. That's my thinking. Okay. Let's go. Any more comments I need to worry about here? Thank you, everybody. Okay, here we go. IPO is looking real good. I did drop my SVAG for it, but my gains have made up for my loss on SVAG. Good to see that. IPO is now IPOE up to 1726, up 58 cents. Was a little higher, but it's having a good day today for sure. Let me tell you about the great battle of 180. What takes place in the year 2021. Is there a favorite video game? I don't have one. Hello, everybody. Looking for advice, more of GHVI or FWAA. You got to make up your own mind. Feds, from what I understand, DGAZF were shorted 45% and GameStop was shorted 100%. Madman, hello. L4G Custom Fab, how you doing? Welcome back. Do you think trees look at picnic table and think you've really made something out of yourself, haven't you? You got to wonder if that's the case. Yes, the squeeze is not the squaws. Uncle Bruce does not play video games, doesn't know a joystick from a thumbstick. No idea. Too busy doing the YouTube game. I'll tell you that right now. I'm doing the YouTube game. Looks like a bad. I picked a bad week to stop taking amphetamines. There you go. Jen likes these. What else going on? 15 minutes left. That's correct. 15 minutes. Hey, Bruce, next time GameStop goes on a major run and your viewer counts shoot up, you should start talking about how the U.S. has handled COVID. Oh, man. Hey, look at MACD 3M in 1 year. Believe we were on the diving board. It's mixed out, getting ready to launch a break. And we're at 178.98 on GameStop now. Volume on the stock is 8.5 million. Quiet day, really, when you consider how it started today. Microvision has come back over 20. It's at 2011, still down 6.33 a share, with just a little tiny recovery with 15 minutes to go. But it's not looking great, is it? AMC at 11.47, down 3 cents. It's trying to break even on the day. It's in that neighborhood, that is for sure. IPOE at 17.34, up 66 cents. Gore's holding up 28 cents to 13.78. That's where we are right now. Okay, everybody. Dow's up 41.6. That's what we got. It's what we got. Let's see. Waffle Raptor. I'd like to play an Uncle Bruce side scroller game where you play as him and throw bagels at Wall Street guys. Purple ice cream cake. Oh man. Any thoughts on OCGN? I have no idea who that is. What is OCGN? Can anyone tell me? OCGN. It's Ocugen. I've heard of this one before. Ocugen. The company is. Where have I got? Oh, they don't have a description. Here's a profile. Here we go. Ocugen. Waiting for it to load up. Taking a while. It's down 35 cents today. Not having a great day. Don't have anything on it. Nothing being shared on a profile. Volume of 95 million shares. Wow, heavy. Down 35 cents. I know there's speculation on it earlier this week. I know there was quite a bit of talk about it. Let me just take a look at the last month of trading. Yeah, it got up into this 11.50 range, had been down as low as 5.50, and the high of the year is $18. So it's jumping around. It always seems to do that, and we'll see what it will do. But I cannot give you an opinion on the stock or anything about them. I really don't. Nothing personal. I just don't know anything about them. GameStop 178.67, up 9.68 a share. All right, Dow is up 40. S&P up 3.8, NASDAQ down 31 right now. That's what we have at this point, everybody. Ben Sponker, randomized laugh out loud. When he ignores the chat, that's the problem. Chooses, man. I don't have to read every comment. I don't have to. Only if I want to. I don't have to. I don't know. Randomized, thank you for the donation. Sad, this show became just about reading the chat. That's all it is, bros. You're just going to read the chat and hang out with us. All you're going to do is react to us. All you're going to do is interact with us. That's all this is. Or do you want me to sing? How about the top 40 hits from 1966? I'll try to give you everything I can. If the markets want to do something, I'll talk to you about it. But right now, there's not a lot going on. We're up 45 points on the Dow, which is the best level of the day. We're happy to see that. Up 4 on S&P, but down 32 on NASDAQ. That's where we're at right now, you guys. Flex, Bruce, flex. Uncle Bruce, what name would you give your new Tesla when you get it? I have no idea, my friend. I have no idea. Maybe Miracle. It's a miracle that I have one. That might be its name, because as of 6 months ago, there was no hope of a Tesla in my future. It was dreams of a Tesla, but no hope of one. Unbelievable. We need much more movement to get a Tesla, though. I got to tell you. What's your firsthand experience with a K car? I owned one, 1986, brand new K car, Plymouth Reliant. I had a lease on it for $186 a month for 2 years. That was the perfect price to pay for a car at that time in my life. I had just become branch manager of a brokerage firm. I was being paid very little money to be the manager. It was all commission and percentage of upside. I had virtually no salesmen. I had a dead branch that I had to build up from scratch. And I had cheap transportation that got me 45 miles to the gallon, Reliant K car. And that car treated me well. I had that for about 3 years and no complaints about how cheap that car was to run and how much money I saved having it. But it was a K car. Let's just say that. All right. Let's all do the Macarena dance at the close. How about that? Yes, I agree with that. 10 minutes till the close. We're at 178.56 on the stock right now. AMC down a penny at 11.50. Come on, AMC. Just get a little higher. Would that be great? Anyway, my comment got eaten by the chat. Thoughts on TXMD? What is TXMD? Let's take a look. TXMD is a Therapeutics MD Incorporated, trading on the NASDAQ exchange at $1.15 a share. We call that a penny stock, under $5. We call it a penny stock. The low of 98, the high of 275 a share. So I don't think much of anything of it. 64 million shorted, 393 million outstanding. Market cap of this entire corporation is $479 million. This is a small company in the world of public companies, and I have no idea what they do, what they're about, what they're going to be about. Operates a pharmaceutical company, focuses on development and commercialization of products for women. The firm's technology, Symboda, develops advanced hormone therapy pharmaceutical products to enable delivery of bioidentical hormones through a variety of dosage forms and administration routes. It also manufactures and distributes branded and generic prescription parental vitamins, as well as over-the-counter vitamins under the BIJUVA, have all kinds of brands, Boca Green and Vitamet. The company was founded by Robert Finzio in 2007 in Boca Raton, Florida. This has been around a long time, but the stock is $1.15 a share. No idea. I'll tell you what, after we close today, if you want me to look up some stocks, throw me some symbols after the close, and I'll look them up with you. I'll give you my 2 bits worth of thought on them, and when I take a quick peek at them, we'll see if there's anything going on. Here we go. Mike, make the guy that was commenting earlier about you just reading comments. Maybe you should just stare at us silently and not blink or break eye contact. Maybe that's what he wants. I just got my dinner, 2 sesame seed bagels, ham and cheese. Now there's a meal. Right on. Way to go, man. That is awesome stuff. Oh, man. What else is going on here? Bruce is going to get peppered with symbols now. Yeah, after the close, fire your favorite symbol at me, and I will look up stocks with you live. And we'll see what these are all about. You got some favorites out there you want me to look at? I'll take a look at them after the bell, and we'll see what's going on. We have 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go approximately until the day is over. GameStop, 179.13 right now, just not going anywhere. The Dow is up only 33 now. The S&P up 3, NASDAQ up down 27 points. So here's a symbol, BAGL. How about that? So, after the close, I'm not looking at these symbols in the meantime. Not looking at them. Not doing it. No, I'm doing this. Not looking at your symbols. We'll look at them after the bell and see what we can find for you. 179.12 on GameStop. Microvision at $20.15, down $6.29. Not a good day. 1065 on Fifth Wall. It's actually up 2 cents on the day. It's turned right around. AMC is up a penny, 11.51. It's up a penny. Over at IPOE Social Capital. It's 1743, up 75 cents. Very good day. Very good day. Gores Holdings holding a gain of 27 cents at 1377. It's been higher, but it has still holding a gain right now. That's what we've got going on this market, with the Dow slumping at the end, up only 26 now as it's giving up some ground. We're down to 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the day, and the Dow is up 27 points. Let me just double check and make sure my TV is up to speed, because sometimes it's a little behind. 4:53 to go. We are now up live, 4:53 on my television. This is what we got right now, and of course they are waiting for results for Google, and I'm thinking Microsoft tonight. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Sorry. We'll see what happens. The Dow, the 10-year Treasury yield saw its biggest jump in 4 weeks as the Fed meeting gets underway, apparently. We'll see how that reacts after the Fed meeting. And GameStop, 178.80 right now. What can I say? They heard you, Bruce, Uncle Bruce, and they decided to push it 1 penny higher. Okay. Let's see. 5-minute warning. Right on. Hey, Bruce is evolving. What the heck's going on? Is he evolving, really? Is Bruce really evolving? I don't know. What's going on with Bruce? We'll see what happens with the poor guy. GameStop, 178.52. Up 26 points for the Dow, up 2 for the S&P, down 38 on NASDAQ. Earnings expected from Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa, Eli Lilly, Starbucks, 3M. Those are the big ones that we're expecting tonight. Here we go. Bruce's new Tesla S name, Bruce's Bodacious Bagel Busting Beast, when Jen allows him to use it, of course. There you go. The big B mobile, the Batmobile, the Bagel Mobile. Could be the Bagel Mobile. Because the Tesla that Bagels bought could maybe have something like that. What do you think, Jen?
The tires could look like bagels.
The tires could look like bagels. There you go. I mean, you never know. Jen's snickering over there. She thinks it's kind of funny. Hold on now, everyone's saying. We're going to get ready here. Coming into the last couple of minutes of the day. We're into the last 2-3 minutes now. Is hair loss and bagel ingestion considered evolving? If so, I'm evolving too. When Bruce wears an ape suit, we know that he'll have evolved. I can't wait for Jen to get her new Tesla. Where's the dude that has you read those funny tongue twisters? I like it when you almost say bad words, haha. Going postal, since we are looking for earnings reports for Google, I am curious what the difference is between the tickers Goog and Google. I don't know. Michelle, Bruce, maybe Class A and Class B stock, maybe. Bruce, you've hit us with so much of your amazing knowledge. We have very few questions. We just don't have it. The Bagel Mobile, the Bagel Mobile. How about that? The Bagel Wagon. Lisa Anderson, have you all read that possible due diligence of you, Blanderson, Snooper? Made me feel safe and a part of something very big. There's a lot of very good shills. Buy and hold. How about that? 6 small, slick, slender saplings. Here we go with the tongue twisters. We've got a new member. William Rogers has joined the gang here as a new member of this channel. I welcome you to the gang. I'm so glad you're here. We're into the last couple of minutes of the day, waiting for the countdown. 1:24 to go. We also have. What about the variety plate? What about the variety plate on the Tesla, Uncle Bruce? And then Willie's rear wheel. Okay, Blaine's Duet, please share thoughts on what happens if GameStop gets acquired by another company. Well, the company would have to agree to be sold. They might have a shareholder vote to agree to the offer. What would you take? $1,000, $5,000 a share? What do you want? And then tell me why someone would pay it right now. Well, tell me that. Let's see what's going on. Tesla with a bagel wrap. We are down to 44 seconds. We have a new member here, Lando Butta. I love that name. Welcome to the group. and the channel. And this is fabulous. Love it when we get new members. Fantastic. We are just about done here. We are getting the bells going here in just a moment. The Dow is up 25 points going into the bells. Here they go. The bells are a-ringing in Wall Street, in New York. The final GameStop share trade, 178, it would appear, up 907 on the day. Now 177.77. And we got a vanity plate here idea, B3G4L. 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 That is a vanity plate suggestion. Now, what does that mean? B3G4L. What would that be? Bagel. So BGL is bagel, but 3 and 4. B3G4L. I don't know. Got Jen going now. We got Jen going here on this one. Lando, thank you. Like butter. Butter. Yeah. I lost it. I lost it.
I think it's just fancy spelling.
Maybe it's a fancy spelling with bagel. Okay. We got a 177, 178 close now, is what I'm showing. L4G custom fabrication. You know, New York, you need New York, you need New York, you need unique New York. Saw a kitten eating chicken in the kitchen. Okay, this is interesting. We've got before G3L, before G3L.
Yeah, so a 3 is a reverse E, and the 4 kind of looks like an E. It's got the line.
No, okay.
It kind of looks like bagel.
Okay, cool. 184.20 AH says Cody. Bagel, laugh out loud. He's old, laugh out loud. What's up, Yodel? He's spelling bagel. He's spelling bagel. I get teased all the time by my own viewers. What can I say? B, 4 for A, 3 for E. That's just like what Jen said. See, there you go. Okay. Someone suggested to look at Enthusiast Gaming. They aren't in Vancouver, but Toronto. My backyard looks interesting. E equals 3, A equals 4. Okay, it's bagel spelled with words and numbers. You see, there it is. Simple stuff. All right, hit me with your best shot, kids. Tell me what stocks you want me to look up and give me an opinion on. What shares would you like me to take a look at that you like? Give me your symbols, and I'll punch them in and try to give you a quick hi, how are you on these stocks, and if there's anything to them or not. I don't know. I'll do what I can. I'm going to have just basic information here and do what I can about it. Thank you all for being here today. What symbols would you like me to look up for you on the old market? And here we go right here. Okay, here we go. They're coming in. FCEL. Let's see. No, that's the wrong symbol, Bruce. You got to learn how to type. Oh, I have to do that, do I? Oh, gosh. I didn't know I had to do that. I mean, geez. Fuel Cell Energy. 1038, trading on NASDAQ. 1038, a stock spin as low as 158, high of 29.44. And 322 million outstanding. It looks like a SPAC. Am I right? Let's see here. Let's take a look. Fuel Cell Energy. No, Fuel Cell Energy Inc. develops environmentally responsible distributed base loader power systems through proprietary molten carbonate fuel cell technology. It develops turnkey distributed power generation solutions and provides comprehensive services for the life of the power plant. The firm's fuel cell solution is an alternative to traditional combustion-based power generation and is contemporary to an energy mix consisting of intermittent sources of energy such as solar and wind turbines that provide solutions for various applications, including utility-scale distributed generation, on-site power generation, combined heat and power, distributed hydrogen and carbon capture, and hydrogen-based long-duration storage. The company's platform has the differentiating ability to do all these applications utilizing multiple sources of fuel, including natural gas, renewable biogas, propane, among other sources. The company was founded in 1969 and is headquartered in Danbury, Connecticut. A very interesting sounding company with a very interesting sounding product line. 1034 last trade. Like I said, high and low, 158 for the low, 29.44 for the high. Financials, in the last few years, sales have been a little lower than in the past. 2016, 108 million in sales. 2017, 95 million. 2018, 84 million. 2019, 60 million. 2020, 70 million. And net income, is there a net income anywhere here? Yeah, net income, unfortunately, losses and just losses from 50 million in 2016, now at 89 million currently. So the company's still a money loser, but it sounds like a very interesting corporation as a whole. But I have no opinion on what to do with it. But an interesting company nonetheless. All right. Let's go here. I like a CTXR. Okay, let's take a look. CTXR, Citrus Pharmaceuticals, listing on NASDAQ, $1.95 a share, 52-week high and low, the low of 77, the high of 290. 134 million outstanding, not that large a company, 255 million market cap. Citrus Pharmaceuticals is a specialty pharmaceutical company dedicated to the development and commercialization of critical care products, with a focus on anti-infectives and cancer care. It is currently advancing 3 proprietary product candidates. Minolock, which is an antibiotic lock solution used to treat patients with catheter-related bloodstream infections. CITI-002, which provides an anti-inflammatory and anesthetic relief to persons suffering from hemorrhoids. And CITI-101, which is a bioabsorbable film impregnated with minocycline and rifampicin for reducing acute inflammation and microbial colonization of breast tissue expanders used in breast reconstruction surgeries following mastectomies. The company is created in 2007, headquartered in Cranford, New Jersey. That's an interesting sounding company as well. Financials, are there anything to look at here? But we have here for financials, in sales, there are no sales. It is simply a development company at this point. It is creating, obviously, these medicines and trying to figure them out. Obviously, losing 17 million last year, 15 million the year before that, 12 before that, 11, 10 million the year before that. So it is at this point a company that has raised capital to attempt to make a go of it. It's a public company. They've raised obviously a lot of money publicly or through issuances of stock, I would imagine. And that is what I'm showing. I don't have any other news to tell you about with respect to this company. Good luck to these guys, and hope it works out, that they can succeed in their developments. All right. We have Thomas asking me about SEAH. Looks like it's a SPAC, SEAH. And it is... let's see here. SEAH. Is that here? It is Sports Entertainment Acquisition Corp. Trading a 1023 share, 959 low, 1085 for the high. Hang on one second. GameStop right now in the aftermarket, 176.97. It is a company with 45 million shares outstanding. And they're looking to make a deal. Online sports betting and gaming company Super Group to go public via a merger with SPAC, Sports Entertainment Acquisition. That is the deal that was announced yesterday, apparently. Let's see, online sports betting company game company to go public merger. I don't know if I can get any news on this. Let's see. Super Group, the holding company for online sports betting and gaming businesses, said Monday it has agreed to go public via a merger with special purpose acquisition company, SPAC, called Sports Entertainment Acquisition Corp, SEAH. The deal will help Super Group expand into the U.S. online sports betting and gaming market, the company said in a statement. The holding company is parent to Betway, an online sports betting brand, and Spin, an online casino offering. The group has licenses in 23 jurisdictions in Europe, the Americas, and Africa, and took in more than $42 billion wagers in the 12 months to March 2021. It currently has more than 2.5 million monthly unique active customers and is in an agreement to acquire Digital Gaming Corp, which will give it access to an initial 10 U.S. states. Once the deal closes, it will have about $200 million in cash on its balance sheet and will be debt-free. In 2020, it generated $1.1 billion in net gaming revenue that is expected to grow to more than $1.5 billion in 2021 and more than $1.7 billion in 2022. The combined company will list on the New York Stock Exchange under the new ticker SGHC and the new name Supergroup. The deal is expected to close in the second half. There you have it. There's a SPAC getting into the gaming market, SEAH, and you might find that to be palatable to you. You might like what you see there. Of course, their competition will be all other gaming companies that are out there, including DraftKings, but there's a lot of potential for gaming, especially international. So Sports Entertainment Acquisition is going to become a gaming company. Interesting. GEVO. Let's find out what we have here. GEVO. GEVO Inc. Trading at $7.08 a share. Stock has been anywhere from 46 cents to $15.57 in the last year. $1.4 million market cap, 198 million shares outstanding, 21 million short. They lost 20% of their pre-market value back in January when they announced a $350 million stock offering, but the offering is probably a good idea. Let's take a look at any news announcements at all. Second generation biofuels market, 2021 global industry share, size estimation, current industry status, growth opportunities, and key players. There's an announcement about that. Let's see, GEVO. Okay. Let's take a look at the financials of GEVO. Here we go. Sales in the company. 2020, $5.5 million. In 2019, year before, 24.4. So it's a drop of 80%. The year before, 32 million. The year before, 27. The year before, 27 million. Sales have not been holding up here. Not sure why. Perhaps they dropped a division that wasn't working out. They've changed themselves over. It's all possible. Net income of this company, there is none. $40 million loss in 2020, 28 million in 19, 28 million in 18, 25 million and 37 million going back to 16. The company is not generating money or revenues. And as an overview, does they say anything about the overview of this company anywhere? It's a renewable chemicals and next generation biofuels company, which focuses on the development and commercialization of renewable alternatives to petroleum-based products. It operates through the following segments: GEVO Development and Agri Energy. The GEVO segment focuses on in the research and development activities related to the future production of isobutanol, including the development of the firm's proprietary biocatalysts. This is what they're about. They're a chemical type company, but not making money and no sales. Don't know what to tell you. I don't know if this is a stock to be into or not right now. Let's see. Look into GameStop and tell us what your deep thoughts are. It's 176.32, and I love it. It's going to the moon. Derek, is it good to think you have Jen to help you through life? You wouldn't have made it this far. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I got Jen here. And you could say, Jen could say it's a good thing I'm here. It's been kind of a partnership that's been working out. Michael, GRWG. What is this? Let's take a look. GRWG. Grow Generation Corp, a $45 stock. High and low for the last 12 months. $4.34 for the low. High of $67.75. Now at $45.19. The company has 58 million outstanding. Not a lot of stock. Value of the company is $2.75 billion. Trading on the Trading where? On NASDAQ. All right. 2.5 million shorted. Nothing there to worry about. And it looks like, is it into the cannabis? Grow Generation Corp engages in the retail of hydroponic and organic specialty gardening products. It offers light fixtures, nutrients, seeds, growing media systems, trays, fans, filters, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, timers, instruments, water pumps, irrigation supplies, and hand tools. And it was incorporated in Denver in 2014. So it delivers the materials you need to operate an indoor hydroponic operation. So that could be for cannabis or anything else you want to grow on in the marketplace. I do not know if it's a viable entity. Let's take a look at the financials. Sales in 2020, $193 million. Sales in 19, $79 million. In 18, $29 million. In 17, $14 million. In 16, $7 or $8 million. So this is a company growing dramatically. Sales growth very strong. Do they make money? Gross income, $40 million, $17 million, and $4 million the last 3 years. Net income after tax and everything else, we have $5.3 million for last year, $1.3 million the year before, a loss of $5 million the year before that. So this company has turned it around and is firing on cylinders. It looks like it is a company that is beginning to make money. The question, of course, will be right now it's a 457 times PE multiple. So obviously they're going to need to dramatically grow revenues from here. The question is, will they, because of the potential of cannabis in the U.S. becoming legalized in more states, could this be the catalyst for this company to really grow it up? We'll find out. But at $44.92, it's expensive compared to its financials. However, the financials are improving dramatically. So look at NIO. All right, NIO is right here. It is an ADR for Neo Incorporated, trading on the New York Stock Exchange. $41.04 is the trading value, and the low of 308 and the high of 66.99. And Neo is a China holding company which engages in the design, manufacture, and sale of electric vehicles and driving innovations in next generation technologies and connectivity, autonomous driving, and artificial intelligence. So the company is an automotive type of a vehicle company from China. Makes it immediately, I'm not a fan of it, instantly because of that. There's 1.3 billion shares outstanding. I don't like that. $65 billion market cap, and a one and a quarter billion share float. That's a ton of stock for a company that's going to make a ton of money to get anywhere. All right, PSTH. Pershing Square. Okay, Pershing Square Taunton Holdings Incorporated, Class A on the New York Stock Exchange, $24.15 a share. Low of $21.50, high of $34.10. Market cap of $4.8 billion. The company has a small short interest. This is I believe it's a SPAC, isn't it? Isn't this the big SPAC? Is a blank check company formed for the purpose of effecting of a merger, capital stock exchange, acquisition, and so on. This is run by, isn't this run by, Bill Ackman? It's Pershing Square. It's his deal. $24.15, high of the year 34, low 21. We haven't heard a deal. We haven't heard any word about it. 200 million shares outstanding. Financials, are there any to see? From 2020, we're not seeing much here. And I do not know. There's 200 million shares outstanding, and I'm not sure what the actual asset base is of this company. I don't have it. Look at a quarterly, maybe. Is there anything on quarterlies? There is nothing. Well, yeah, there's a quarterly for December 31st. Nothing here that's helping me break this down at all at this point in time. Shares outstanding, 200 million shares outstanding, and I cannot break this thing down any further than that. It is a SPAC. It's a SPAC that is still shopping for a deal. We have not yet seen one. Zynga, ZNGA. Here we go. Zynga. Trading at 1102 or 1092 on the aftermarket. Excuse me. Yeah, 1102 at the bell. Zynga is a company that is traded as low as 718 and the high as 1232. There are a billion shares outstanding. A billion. Billion float. Very high float. 11 billion value company. It is a social gaming services. It develops, markets, and operates social games as live services played on mobile platforms, such as Apple's iOS operating system and Google's Android, and on Facebook. It offers Chess with Friends, Crazy Cake Swap, all kinds of games, and was incorporated in 2007. the financials of this corporation. 2020, a $1.9 billion income, gross sales, a 1.3 billion in 19, 900 million in 18, 861 million in 17. Net profits, if any, let's see. Net income, a loss of 429 million in 2020, a gain or profit of 41 million or 42 million in 18, I guess, 19, 15 million the year before that, 26 million the year before that. But they had a major drop, a major write-off, loss, something didn't go well. What was it? What cost them? We do not know. Gross income was 1.16 billion. But then they had an SG&A expense of $1.1 billion, and that wiped out probably all their costs. 360 million in research development. They had unusual expense of $360 million. EBITDA after unusual expense down negative 370. Not good. Not good. So I don't have any good, warm vibes here. Company has got a zillion shares outstanding. I don't know. Jack Wallace, have you ever met Clee Taurus, Bruce? Jake, you dog. Yeah, there you go. Have I ever met? Have I? Would I? Oh my gosh. We have got quote after quote. We have stock symbol after stock symbol after stock symbol. PLBY. Let's take a look at the next one. I think that's Playboy. Is that not Playboy Enterprises? Hang on. I gotta miss that. PLBY. Yeah, Playboy Group. Playboy, which just relisted in this last 6 months, in the last year or so. Not too long ago. GameStop, by the way, 176.50 down $1.20. Playboy Group, 52.18 a share, low of 9.85, high of 55.55. Very expensive now at the high range. 7.5 million shares outstanding. Very small float. Very small outstanding company. Although it says the public float is higher than the shares outstanding. How does that work? I don't understand how that works. I do not understand what is going on. Maybe there are A and B shares outstanding that are trading. I'm not sure. Playboy. Playboy. This is a reincarnation of the company. Financials. We got nothing. We've got nothing posted yet. Too early to see any financials of any kind, so I cannot get into it for you. I believe their business now is done in the way of clothing and items with the logo, Playboy logo on it. That's their number one asset, I would think. Playing cards and other items, but that's all I've got on Playboy. I don't have much to tell you. Naked, N-A-K-D, N-A-K-D. That would be Naked Brand Group Ltd, a 67-cent stock on NASDAQ. High and low for the last year, 6 cents for the low, 3.40 for the high. Pure penny stock. 476 million shares outstanding, a ton. Public float, 366 million. Naked Brand Group operates as an apparel and swimwear company, designs, manufactures, markets a portfolio of company-owned and licensed brands catering to a broad cross-section of consumers and market segments. The company's brands include Bendon Man, Davenport, Fairform, Hickory, Lovable, Pleasure State, and Fredericks of Hollywood. Naked Brands Group was founded in 2017, headquartered in Auckland, New Zealand. Interesting. Financials for this company. Sales in 2020, 59 million. In 2019, 77 million. 18, 2.8 million. The year before, 1.8 million. So something big happened in 19 and has faded a bit in 20. Net income for this corporation, this entity, is a loss of 35 million in 2020, a loss of 33 million in 19, a loss of 5.8 million the year before that, and 10 million before that. Company's not made money in the last 5 years. The stock is reflecting not a lot of excitement in its product line right now. We'll have to see if things get better down the road, but I wouldn't be too excited about this. PLTR, I think it's plant, you know what it is. PLTR. Hang on. Let's see if I get this to work. Want to give this to me? PLTR. There we go. Palantir. That's how we have it. Palantir. It is trading on the New York Stock Exchange. $23.78 a share. The high $45. The low $8.90. I think this was a company that went direct listing. If I recall, it was a direct listed company, so it didn't go public via an IPO. There are 1.75 billion shares outstanding. 1.75 billion shares outstanding. $44 billion market cap. The low of $8.90, high of $45. That is pretty extreme. Palantir Technologies is a holding company which engages in the development of data integration and software solutions. It operates through the commercial and government segments. The commercial segment offers services to clients in the private sector. The government segment provides solutions to the United States, the federal government, non-U.S. government. It offers automotive, financial compliance, legal intelligence, mergers and acquisition solutions. Its products include Palantir Gotham and Palantir Foundry. The company was founded in 2003 and is headquartered in Denver, Colorado. I know that Palantir had a deal with IBM, that they work with IBM, and if they're dealing with governments, they are obviously a pretty serious concern. However, 1.75 billion shares outstanding. Wow. In 2020, the sales were $1 billion. In 19, $752 million. In 2018, $595 million. So those are the last 3 years' financials I can give you. Earnings, are there any earnings? Net income? No. $1.1 billion loss in 2020, a $588 million loss in 19, and a $580 million loss in 18. So this company is still working their way up with sales to become more profitable, but they've got a ways to go at this point. And at $23.80 a share, it may be fair priced. I do not know. It's not a moneymaker at this point, but it is going to be around a while, I'm sure. What else we have here? Christian is wondering about BB. Is there actually a symbol for BB? BlackBerry, of course, BlackBerry, duh. BlackBerry, $9.30, down a penny. The company shares were down as low as $3.97, as high as $28.77. 565 million shares outstanding, $5 billion market cap for this company. And BlackBerry, they are now into security software services to enterprises. Governments offer cybersecurity consulting, enterprise consulting, endpoint management, and unified endpoint security. And of course, this company was founded in 1984 in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, where I used to live, Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario, by a number of people, including Lawrence Basile. Lawrence Balsillie. The company, I don't think, makes any money. Nope. And so it may be fair priced. I don't know if there's any upside for the stock these days. It was associated with the meme frenzy for a while. There were a lot of shares shorted. There's 44 million shares short out of 565 million. It's at $9.30 a share. I do not know what the future holds. Jiva, we did. SLGG. All right, SLGG. Let's take a look. That would be Super League Gaming Incorporated. Trading at $5.66 a share. $163 for the low, $11.20 for the high. It's right in the middle of the range. 23 million shares outstanding. Not a lot of stock out there. Not making money. And they engage in the provision of amateur esports community and cloud-based content platform gaming services. GameStop. It offers theater gaming, cloud, and team gaming services. Founded in Santa Monica, California in 2014. Interesting. Could be the kind of company to do business with GameStop going forward. Financials in 2020, sales $2 million. In 2019, sales $1 million. 18, $1 million. In 17, 200 million in sales. No, 200,000 in sales. So 200,000 to $1 million to $1 million to $2 million in sales. Cost of goods are higher than the sales. Then they have other costs and depreciation and everything else. This company is a money-losing company. They are dropping net income. They don't have a net income. 18 million in losses on 2 million in sales. 18 million in losses on $2 million in sales, $30 million in losses last year, $20 million the year before that, $14 the year before that. So this company is a company that is being invested in for its technology and its potential down the road. The question is, where can they take this thing? Can they get this thing to 10, 15 million in sales, and can they reduce their losses by becoming more efficient on the upper end? I do not know. It's 566. Should there be any kind of a merger with GameStop? I wouldn't do it. If I were GameStop, I wouldn't be buying this company. I would only be dealing with them. You don't want to have these financials on top of your books. Not good. But that's where it is. That's where it is. Super Gaming. All right. MAXR. All righty. Next one. MAXR. Hope you're enjoying these reviews. I'm doing the best I can. MAXR. Maxar Technologies. $40 stock in the aftermarket right now. High and low for the year. $865 for the low. $58.75 for the high. $2.9 billion capital, a market cap company, 70 million shares outstanding, just like GameStop, 70-odd million outstanding, but trading at $40 a share. They have a short interest of 7.7%. Nothing to worry about there. The company, Maxar Technologies, it provides space technology solutions, delivering unmatched end-to-end capabilities in satellites, robotics, Earth imagery, geospatial data, analytics, and insights. Its segments include space systems, imagery, and services. The firm operates through the Earth Intelligence and Space Infrastructure segments. The Earth Intelligence segment provides Earth imagery and other geospatial data sourced from its satellite constellation. The Space Infrastructure segment supplies space-based infrastructure, robotics, subsystems, and information solutions to government agencies and satellite operators. The company was founded in 1969 and is headquartered in Westminster, CO. Is that Colorado? Financials. What do we got? In 2020, the total sales revenue, $2.3 billion. In 2019, $2.2 billion. In 2018, $2.3 billion. 17, $2.1 billion. In 2016, $2 billion. They have flatlined on their gross sales. However, they are losing money. They have got net income of a loss of $61 million in 2020, $110 million profit the year before, a $1.1 billion loss the year before. And so this is not a company that's generating a lot of positive cash overall. But Maxar Technologies exists, and it's a $2.3 billion, $200 million a month company in sales. They now just need to reduce their expenses and perhaps find a way to increase their cash flow coming in the front door. I don't know what the potential is of this company. Hard to say. All right, Maxar. Let's see. Stock markets with Bruce. Grit Capital knows. Enthusiast Gaming guys. She's long. Look her up. Okay. NIO we've done. Please look up OZSC. That would be Ozop Energy Solutions, trading at 11 cents a share on the over-the-counter markets. Avoid like the plague over-the-counter stocks. I have nothing to add to this. SRNE. Sorrento Therapeutics, trading at $8.81 on NASDAQ. Sorrento, low of $2.18, a high of $19, $19.39. Market cap of $2.4 billion with 280 million shares outstanding. The company engages in research, development, and manufacture of biopharmaceutical products. It focuses on therapies to treat specific stages in the evolution of cancer, from elimination to equilibrium and escape, which includes biosimilars, immuno-oncology antibodies. Oh, these are words. Cellular therapy, cell internalizing antibodies, and antibody drug conjugates. Oh my gosh. It operates through Sorrento Therapeutics and Silex segments. It's founded in 2006, headquartered in San Diego. Let's take a look at financials of this corporation. Would be for 2020, $39.9 million in sales. 2019, $31 million. 2018, $21 million. And in 2017, $151 million. So something happened between 17 and 18. With the $39 million in income, gross sales in 2020, the net income was a loss of $298 million by this corporation. This is obviously in the research side of things. A loss of $292 million last year, $203 million the year before that, and a profit of $9 million the year before that. This is a company losing a ton of money, spending a ton of money on research. How they have it, where they're getting it from, I can't tell you. $881 is a stock price. Good luck with this one. You're talking about a home run ball if they ever hit something. All right.
There's a couple of companies that already do that. So what they're doing is they're taking a person's own RNA and DNA and using it as the cancer-fighting weapon. It's really effective. It's very cutting edge. But there's already a couple of companies, a couple of researchers maybe out of UCLA doing it. And that's the only reason I know, because it's out of UCLA.
There you go. Did you hear that? Jen is here.
So if they want to invest in that kind of a project, there are other companies that are already out there.
There are more.
Doing it.
There are more out there. That's right. Interesting. Very interesting. AMD stock rises as earnings top targets. Data center sales more than double. Headline from MarketWatch. Just taking a look. Microsoft earnings top expectations across the board, but stock is still falling. Stock is priced to perfection and is falling. Keep in mind, though, Microsoft has had a great run. Closed at 261.97. It's now 254.33, down 764. All righty. Starbucks stock falls after mixed fiscal second quarter earnings. Alphabet sales earnings surge on big jump in online advertising. We were expecting this from Google. Let's take a look at our friends at Alphabet. Google closed at 2307, is now at 2412, up $104. They can thank me for making them a ton of money because of you watching me. That's right. It is the channel Stock Markets with Bruce that has turned YouTube into a sensation, which has made Google all kinds of money. It's up $100 a share. You're welcome, all of you folks at Google. It is my pleasure to help you out. How about that? What can I say? All right. Those are some of the earnings that have come in tonight from some of these different companies, okay? EGLX. We've got Enthusiast Gaming Holdings Incorporated, trading at $8.43 a share. Low of 90 cents, high of 8.88. This is kind of right up there. 115 million out. No earnings. It's a gauge in the provision of platform of communities that comprises of media, esports, and events for gamers and esports fans. Its media platform includes gaming-related websites and YouTube channels. How about that? The company was incorporated in Toronto in 2018. Financials. Are there any in the last 2 years? There are. For 2020, gross sales, $72 million. In 19, $12 million. Cost of goods were pretty high. They're probably losing money here. Look, we got here net income loss of $26 million in 2020, $78 million in 2019, and a loss of $200,000 the year before that. So the company is still growing out, trying to become profitable as they grow their revenues, and hopefully they will turn it around and become a positive money maker eventually. There it is. That is Enthusiast Gaming Holdings Inc. at $8.43 at its all-time high now. So it is not a cheap bargain stock at all. Alrighty. FNKO. Funko. 2164 on NASDAQ. It is a company that's been as low as 361, as high as 2507. It's a profitable company. It's got 37 million shares outstanding, not very many shares. Their price target was just raised back on April 27th. That would be today. At Stifel, they raised their target to 22 from 15. Let's see. Funko shares rise after acquisition launches the toy company into the NFT market April 1. They are a pop culture consumer products company, engages in designing, sourcing, and distribution of licensed pop culture products. The company's product lines include media and entertainment content, which comprises movies, TV shows, video games, music, and sports. The company was founded in 1998 and is headquartered in Everett, Washington. And the company's financials, stocks at 2164. Financials are for sales for 2020, $652 million. 2019, $795 million. 2018, $686. 2017, $516 million. 2016, $426 million. Income, was there any income? Net income, $3.9 million in 2020, $11 million in 2019, $7.4 million in 18, $1 million in 17. So the company has been making money the last 4 years. They have a profit, but they're trading at about 200 times earnings right now, 224 times earnings right now. The question will be, can they improve their margins of gross sales dramatically, keep their costs down, and begin to net out some money? 2164 is the price of the stock, and that is only $4 from its all-time high, or high of the last 52 weeks, just so you know. All right. EMPW. Eddie wants to know about EMPW. All right. What do we got here? EMPW. Empower is the name of this company. $10 a share. Empower has been $9.75 to $10.64. Looks like it's a SPAC. It is a blank check company. It is a SPAC, and we're going to see what this thing becomes. What will it be doing? Does anyone know? Haley acquires substantially all the assets of AEM Performance Electronics to expand its product offerings for enthusiasts of import and other sports compact cars. This company, though, called Empower, we don't have any news on Empower. It's buying Holley. I think Holley, Holley. Let's see. Holley is going to be a hang on a second. What's going on here? We've got the company. The combined companies will be worth about $1.55 billion, the so-called transaction enterprise value, with $250 million in cash held in a trust account and a $50 million forward purchase agreement from Mid-Ocean Fund, and a $240 million PIPE, which includes investments by Wells Capital Management and Wasatch Global Investors. Holley, the largest and fastest growing platform for the enthusiast branded performance automotive aftermarket category, a publicly traded special company called Empower, announced that they are entering into a merger agreement where Holley will become the public listed company on the New York Stock Exchange under HLLY, will be the symbol. This was announced on March the 12th. Empower's management team, let's see, doesn't matter. Holley is a leading designer, marketer, and a manufacturer of high-performance automotive aftermarket products, featuring the largest portfolio of iconic brands serving car and truck enthusiasts. Holley's brands are woven into a fabric of car culture in the U.S., covering electronic fuel injection, the Holley EFI, electronic tuning, APR, Diablo Sport, Edge, and Superchips, electronic ignition, MSD and ACCEL, carburation, Holley carburetors, exhaust, Flowmaster, and Hooker, safety, Simpson and Stylo, and other product categories. Holley's omni-channel to go-to-market strategy reaches enthusiasts wherever they choose to shop, including high-growth direct-to-consumer and e-commerce channels. The net sales are estimated to be $583 million for the fiscal year on December 31, 2020, representing year-over-year growth of more than 25%, fueling solid and estimated pro forma EBITDA margins of over 25%. Looking through here. Transaction overview. The transaction implies an enterprise valuation for Holley of $1.5 billion, or 9.8 times projected 2021 pro forma adjusted EBITDA of $159 million. Estimated cash proceeds from the transaction are expected to consist of $250 million of cash in trust, plus a $50 million forward purchase agreement from Mid-Ocean Fund 5. In addition, investors led by Wells Capital and Wasatch Global Investors have committed to invest $240 million in the form of a PIPE at $10 a share immediately prior to the closing of the transaction. The company expects to use the proceeds from the transaction to invest in Holly's growth initiatives, substantially reduce existing debt, support marketing efforts, and provide additional working capital. It is anticipated that the combined company will have approximately $485 million of net debt on its consolidated balance sheet. All right. And that seems to be the issue right there. So there you go. It's a merger between Holly and Empower. And Empower so far is sitting at $10 a share. It hasn't gone anywhere. It hit a high of 1064. The market has not jumped all over this deal, even though it was announced a month ago. There's not a lot of movement on the stock at all. And it did get into that, as I said, 1060 range briefly, but that's all so far. And that's what I got on this one. All right. There you go. There you go. Someone's asking me about Pandora. Is that the music company, the streaming company? I think. By the way, Google is still up $104 a share at $2,400. And let me just double check here. Microsoft is down to 253, down 837 a share at the moment, even though they broke all kinds of numbers, good in a good way. GameStop is 176.64, down $1.12. There you go. Pandora. Can't find it. I'm trying to find that. Is it P? No, it's not P&D. I'm not getting Pandora popping up here. I need the symbol. I need the symbol. All right. MVIS. I think isn't that the company we were talking about earlier today? Yeah, MVIS Microvision 2016 was the close, and it's 2080 right now. Not much in the way of sales there. It did trade 153 million today, but lost 628 a share today. That had a rough day today. Bruce, read an article about Kathy Wood possibly investing in SoFi. I read an article of possibly investing in SoFi. What are your thoughts? I have no problem with that. The question is she going to invest into the IPOE upon the merger being completed? That's the question. It's a 17.25 in the aftermarket, down 15 cents. So not sure about that. Feds is wondering about JD, a stock called JD. Let's take a look here. No results found. All right. MNMD. MNMD. Wait a minute. We're not getting anywhere. Hold on a second. Let's go back. JD. Try JD again, Bruce. JD. Okay, we've got several. We've got in NASDAQ. On NASDAQ, we have JD.com Incorporated, an ADR trading at 78.45, and the stock has been between 40 and 108 with 1.3 billion outstanding. Tons of stock. It is a profit maker, money maker. 17 times earnings, trading at 17 times. JD. Technology-driven e-commerce company engages in the sale of electronic products and general merchandise products, including audio, video, and books. The company operates through the following business segments: JD Mall and new businesses. The JD Mall segment represents its core e-commerce business. The new businesses segment includes logistics services provided to third parties, technology services, overseas businesses, insurance, and O2O. It also provides an online marketplace where third-party sellers sell product to customers, primarily through its websites and mobile apps. Created in 1998, headquartered in Beijing, China. That's why I don't follow this stock. Chinese company. I'm not too much of a fan of these kinds of stocks and these kinds of companies. If they're overseas from China, I'm really not interested. John Anderson. What about AT&T, telephone company, the big T? AT&T Inc. $30.77 on the stock, $30.81 in the aftermarket. Low of 26, high of 33, and they are 7.1 billion shares outstanding, and they're showing a $220 billion market cap. Financials, 2020 sales of 171 billion, 2019 181 billion, 2018, 170 billion. 2017, 160 billion. And did they make profit in the last year? Net income, no. Lost $5 billion last year. Profit of 14 billion the year before that, and 19 billion the year before that, and 29 billion the year before that. This might not be the year to buy this stuff. It might be the year to avoid it. CHPT. We're talking ChargePoint Holdings. ChargePoint Holdings, 2540 last trade on New York Stock Exchange. Low of 973, high of 4948. They are an EV charging network provider, which is committed to enabling the electrification of mobility for all people and goods. It was envisioned that the new way of fueling and conveniently located where drivers live, work, and play. Founded in 2007 from Campbell, California. Volume financials, 2020-19. We have no sales, nothing going on yet. Company's in such an early stage. No income to report at this point in time. So you are gambling on the future of EVs, and you are ground floor, but you are not ground floor pricing on this stock. You are paying an advanced price for these shares at this point in time. Okay. After hours for GameStop, 176.76, down $1. Alrighty. How are we doing for time? We're getting close to the end here. We've got SBLK. We're talking about Star Bulk Carriers Corporation. 1817 a share, high of 1891, low of 386. Trading on NASDAQ. The stock is at its high, 99 million outstanding. They do make money. PE multiple 189 times. Raised their price target to 21 from 15. Holding company which engages in the provision of seaborne transportation solutions to the dry bulk sector. It ships iron ore, coal, grain, bauxite, fertilizers, and steel products. And it was created in 2006, headquartered in Athens, Greece. That's your deal. The shipping business has been good, bad, up and down. 2020 revenues, 692 million versus 819 in 19, 649 million in 18, and 331 million in 17. Net income for this company, is there net income? 9.6 million in net income in 2020, $16 million loss in 19, and a $58 million profit the year before that. So it makes money. It's not exciting, but it makes money. It's a positive. But what will the shares do? They're trading at 189 times earnings. If they double their earnings, they're down to 95 times earnings. This is an expensive stock versus its earnings potential. Can they double or triple their earnings? But even so, the stock is still way high priced for its cash flow. Alrighty, can you look at HWIN? Let's give it a try. HWIN. Hometown International. We have got 1275 last trade, high of 1575, low of 475, and no earnings to speak of, and not much in the way of history. So there's not much to talk about here. Financials, anything? No financials of any kind listed. So we got something here that's just not available. It's an over-the-counter stock. Can't look at that very much for you there. BAMF. No results found for that stock. FCEL. Let's try this. FCEL. Oops, gotta clean that up. Hang on a second. FCEL. Fuel Cell Energy, 1033, low of 158, high of 2944, and Base Loaded Power Solutions. Have we not looked at this company? I've looked at so many today. I'm losing track here. Financials. We may have looked at this company already. I think we have a 1033. Sorry, folks. Anyway, what can we do here? Can't do that, Jay. Anyway, I'm going to pack this in. We're just about done here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We've had, that was quite a list of companies, guys. I appreciate that. We'll try this again tomorrow after the market, and we'll do some more for you, see what's going on. Let's do a recap of what's going on here. GameStop 177.01, down 76 cents on the aftermarket. We're not trading very much, not very actively right now. We've got Market Watch talking about Microsoft topping expectations across the board, but the stock is still falling on price, unfortunately. So nothing great there. GameStop, as I say, is now 177.39, down 39 cents on only 31,600 shares. Very quiet trading on GameStop. Let's see what anything else to look at here. The IPOE at 1740 after the market at 1732 right now. Gore's Holdings 1376 on the market, trading at 1370 on the aftermarket right now, and there's not much to talk about there overall. Again, Microsoft now is at 252.92, down 905 in the after hours market, and we have Google doing great, Alphabet doing beautifully in the aftermarket. It is sitting at $24.13, up $106 a share on record results. Their big earnings beat, revenues grow 34%, and not too bad at all. There you go. So one of the FANG stocks is higher, Google. One is lower, Microsoft. They both made money. They both made more money, but I guess Microsoft did not make enough more money, and they're under some pressure, and that's the way it's going. And there you have it. Starbucks stock is down in after hours on mixed second quarter financials. They earned $654 million, or 56 cents a share, compared to $328 million, or 28 cents a share. Sales rose 11% to $6.6 billion. Excuse me. They've raised their full year guidance for 2021, but global sales rose 15%, thanks to a 19% increase in the average ticket, which is offset by a 4% decline in comparable transactions. Starbucks raised guidance to 28.5 billion to 29 billion, compared to 28 to 29 billion. So they're looking at a higher thing. Interesting. I don't know. Starbucks, SBUX. Let's take a look at SBUX on the aftermarket. Here we go. Starbucks is 114.90, down $1.25 in the aftermarket. They were at 116.15 for the close. 1 million shares have traded on the aftermarket, just cranking 1 million shares just about now. That is what Starbucks is doing. Don't know. It is what it is, everybody. That's what we're happening. Sarah, you missed my Seth saying you missed my super chat question today. Let's take a look at a super chat question from Seth if we can. Let's see if we can do that from here, and maybe we can go to here, or we can actually go to there. Yeah, we'll go to there. Hang on, Seth. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for your question, buddy. You hang in there, buddy. Here we are. Uncle Bruce. Let's see. Hey, Uncle Bruce, love you and all your around knowledge. You're helping me change my financial life. I need advice on $35 May 20 MVIS calls I bought yesterday. Oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're buying an out of the money call that expires on May the 20th. Well, at least you have a little bit of time. Thankfully, they're not expiring this week or next week. The stock dropped on you, of course. We've been covering that today. Now the question is, what is going to be the future of the stock the next week or two? Can you get any kind of a recovery? 2016 on the last trade, 21.11 on the aftermarket. It is up $1 on the aftermarket, but the question will be starting tomorrow and thereafter, will the shares come back into this anywhere in your neighborhood? Because you are way out now, $15 out of the money. you're not looking good. I will tell you, I'm honest, being honest with you, you're not looking good right now. I do not know how that's going to play out, my friend. But keep an eye on it. As I say, I'm hoping that you will be able to get out alive, but time will tell. That's all I can tell you. I'm sorry I can't be any happier with that. It's not looking good. Okay. You know, if it goes up 5 tomorrow and the $5 the next day, then you're not looking so bad anymore. But right now, you're not looking good. Anyway, there you have it. Thank you, everybody, for being with me today. Appreciate it so much. And I hope you have a pleasant evening. Boris, Broker, thank you for this donation. Appreciate that. Just noticed that come through too. And David Queenan, thank you, David, for becoming a member of the channel. That's great. Love the new members. Love the donations. All of you, thank you, and welcome all of you to the channel and having fun with us. I hope enjoying the emojis. I hope and. Join me tomorrow at 1 hour before the opening at 8:30 Eastern Time. We're going to get in to see what's happening and see what's going on. And thank you again for all of you. Andy Buscemi, Anton Thompson, David McQueen, Tarbo's Worldwide, JTH, Lando Butter, Task for Family, William Rogers, Elizabeth Long, and Eunice. Thank you, all of you today, for renewing your memberships and coming back in as new members as well for the first time. Appreciate that. We are grateful, Jen and I, that so many of you trust in us and follow us. It's tremendous. Again, thank you for all of this coverage and the kind words. Thank you for the 765 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. And we'll be on tomorrow to see what we can do with the markets as we get ready to follow GameStop, hopefully higher. We'll see what it wants to give us. It would be kind of nice if it would give us a little shot again tomorrow. But you know what? It's been a good run so far. Gotta say, GameStop, thank you for 2 really good days here. We have enjoyed them a bunch. And we're not complaining about going from the 150 range to the 177 range. This is pretty cool. 177.45 on GameStop on 33,000 shares is where we're at. All right, guys, I'm out of here for tonight. Have a good evening, everybody, and we'll keep you posted tomorrow on what's going on. See you, everyone, in the meantime. Thank you. We love Uncle Bruce. Thanks, everybody. Have a pleasant evening, and we will see you tomorrow, first thing in the morning, 1 hour before the opening.